Alright friends, let's continue JavaScript scope. Now in this video I'm going to talk about how a variable declared outside a function becomes global. Okay, a global variable has global scope. So global variable is equal to global scope, which means it can be used anywhere. All scripts and functions on a web page can access it. Please remember this. All scripts and functions on a web page can access it. Alright, so let's begin writing code. Okay, I'm going to save this file as scope2.html after I complete typing the program. Doc type HTML, open up HTML tag, open up body tag, and open up paragraph tag and say a global variable can be accessed from any script or function. Okay, close the paragraph tag and then say paragraph ID is equal to demo, and open up the paragraph tag, open up the script tag and say var car name is equal to Mercedes. Okay, and my function and then say function my function, open up the curly bracket and say document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML is equal to I can display plus car name, reference the car name. What do you think? Can we access car name within this function? Just think about it before we run this program. Script, close the script tag, close the body tag, and close the HTML tag, and I'm going to save this file as scope2. Okay, and also save it as HTML. Alright, cool. Let's find this file, scope2. There you go. A global variable can be accessed from any script or function. I can display Mercedes. Okay, so the difference between local and this is the local variable, the type car name is undefined because it was not, you could not access it. Whenever it says undefined, this is a program generated word. Undefined, it's a keyword in Java which is generated in response to variables that do not seem to have values in that particular block of code. So local variables can only be accessed within their blocks of code. Global variables, on the other hand, can be accessed beyond the blocks of code they are declared in. Okay, depends on where you declare it. For example, this was declared, var car name was declared in the beginning of the script. Okay, what if I declared it outside the script? What happens? Okay, Control X. Let me declare this here and I'll show you what happens here. Okay, now this variable is declared outside the scripts. File, save. Var car name is equal to Mercedes. It was not defined. Okay, alright, I think it was still being accessed, but yes, no, it was not accessed, it was merely read out. It was just read out. Okay, and what if I, yes, that's it. What if I declare it? Let's play with it. What happens when I declare it here at the end of the script? Right before it ends, I can display undefined. Var car name is undefined, which means when it was needed, it was not there and the function closed. But if you declare it on top of the script, like so, it will be read by this code. Cool, isn't it? You can display Mercedes. Okay, what if, let me try one last thing. What if I declare it somewhere here? What do you think should happen? I expected this. It would still be able to access because you are not only calling it within the script, you're calling it within the function that needs it. So that makes it local. But if you declare it here, this becomes local, okay? If you declare it here, it's local. It's local to the function. But if you declare it outside the function, it becomes global. Okay, and it is still accessed. Alright, there is another example of variables being local, global, and automatically global. What's automatically global? If you assign a value to a variable that has global, if you assign a value to a variable that has not been declared, it will automatically become a global variable. This code example that I'm going to demonstrate right now will declare a global variable, okay, and it's called car name, just like previous examples. And even if the value is assigned inside a function, let me show you how you can make it a global variable, okay, and be able to access it outside the function. Alright, let's begin typing. I'm going to delete this and let's begin with doc type HTML. Open up the HTML tag, open up the body tag, open up the paragraph tag, and say if you assign a value to a variable that has not been declared, it will automatically become a global variable. Close the paragraph tag. Open up the paragraph tag and say ID is equal to demo. Close the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and say my function and say code here can use car name as a global variable. Okay, now that was a comment. Okay, that's not going to be executed. Double slash document dot get element by ID demo dot inner HTML is equal to I can display, okay, plus car name. Okay, and let's see if it works. Function, my function, I'm going to call the function, not calling but initializing it. Function, my function, open up the curly bracket and say car name is equal to Mercedes. Okay, close the semicolon and close the curly bracket and close the script tag. Close the body tag and close the HTML tag. Okay, let's save this file as scope 3 because this is the third example in the series here, and also save it as HTML. .html, and let's find the file right here. Okay, I can display Mercedes because what we said was that code here can use car name as global variable. Okay, but where did we declare it? Function, my function car name is equal to Mercedes. So if you assign a value to a variable that has not been declared, it will automatically become global. Alright, so this car name was not declared before. Var car name, we didn't say anything like that. Var car name string, something like that. No, we just began car name is equal to Mercedes. Okay, let me look at some other examples as well to reinforce my point. Okay, let me look at another example. I'm going to save this as scope 4 once I'm done. Let me move this right here. Alright, so the problem with HTML is that you need a way. Okay, global variables. Before I talk about global variables, don't you think the variables should have been accessible from the HTML section of the code as well, not just the script? Anything outside the script is automatically inaccessible. So how does that make it global? So how can we make a truly global variable and have it accessible by all the scripts inside the HTML code? So what we can do is we have global variables in HTML. With JavaScript, the global scope is complete JavaScript environment. Okay, in HTML, the global scope is the window object. All global variables belong to the window object. Let's look at this example. The window object is nothing but the entire program that's running in HTML file. Okay, let's look at this. Begin with doc type. Doc type HTML. Okay, and open up the HTML tag. Open up the body tag. Open up the paragraph tag and say in HTML all global variables will become window variables. Open up the paragraph tag and say ID is equal to demo, and open up the paragraph tag. Open up the script tag and say var car name is equal to Mercedes. Okay, and just to let you know, code here can use window.carname. Okay, so where is car name declared? Within the script. And if you use window.carname, anywhere you declare var car name, you can access it by calling window.carname. Right now we declared it within the script, but that's okay. Just letting you know, this is how you access it. Document.get element by id demo.inner html is equal to I can display space word commas close plus window.carname. Very simple. Can close the script tag. okay, window.carName, and close the script tag, close the body tag, close the HTML tag. Okay, let me save this as scope 4. Okay, I made a mistake here. This is not supposed to be like that. See, these small things, they really ruin your code. Okay, everything looks perfect. Now let me save as scope 4. Okay, and save, and also save as .html. okay, and there you go. Okay, in HTML all global variables will become window variables. I can display Mercedes. Okay, just like I was trying to explain that if you use the words keyword window.carName, your variable becomes instantly global. Okay, a truly global variable that can be accessed from the HTML section of the code within the script as well. And if it is declared within the script, it can be accessed as window.carName again. So did you know that your global variables or functions can override window variables or functions, which means that your global variables, for example, if you have any variable declared, any function including the window object, can override your global variables and functions. Okay, the lifetime of a JavaScript variables starts when it is declared, and local variables are deleted when the function is complete. So for example, as soon as the script is complete, this variable is no longer working. Global variables are deleted when you close the page. So function arguments or the signature or the definition, that's what it means, work as local variables inside functions. So if you have a global variables, is going to replace the global variable. Okay, and it depends which one you're calling, but the thing is that any function including window object can override your global variables and functions. So if you have a function in which you want, for example, the value of x within the function is 7, and the value of x as a global variable as a window object is 9, and within the function you access x, it's going to be, the value would be 7, not 9. Okay, so the local variable, locally declared variable within the function will override any kind of same variables outside that function. Okay, so when you're dealing with one function with one task at a time, it will use the variables or the definition or the signature or all those information that you provide the function. It will use only that and nothing else. Okay, with this I'm going to end my scope. Okay, scope is not something that you finish and you don't touch it ever again. I'm going to keep bringing this up again and again when I talk about other things. For example, next video is all about JavaScript event, and you would be definitely touching scope. You would definitely know why you're not able to access the right value because of the concept of scope. So understand local and global variables and understand how they're accessed. Know that truly global variables can be accessed as window dot, the variable name, and if you do not declare the variable within the function or within the block of code that you want to use it, it automatically becomes global. Okay, so these are some of the rules that you need to remember whenever you do some coding for yourself. Alright, but I don't have any practice exercises for this because, like I said, this is a concept to be understood, and once you understand the concept, your other programming codes will follow easily. So with this I'm going to conclude my lecture. Up next I'm going to talk about JavaScript events. Now remember, events are of many kinds. Your mouse click, closing the page, rolling your mouse, all of these are events, and each event will trigger an action. That's what we're going to do about. This is the core of JavaScript. Now you're getting into the core of JavaScript. Okay, congratulations, and I'll see you shortly.